Hey guys, let's cut through the garbage advice you've been getting about dating in high school. I'm talking to you, the dude scrolling through TikTok at 2 a.m. wondering why your crush doesn't text back. Or the guy who freezes up every time she walks by in the hallway. As someone who's been through the awkward teenage dating scene and came out alive, barely, I'm dropping the real knowledge here. Forget those cringe pickup artist videos or generic just be yourself advice that doesn't help anyone. This guide is about practical moves that actually work, based on psychology, common sense, and learning from mistakes I made so you don't have to. Whether you're trying to get noticed by that girl in your chemistry class or wondering how to ask someone to homecoming without looking like a total disaster, we're covering it all. No fluff, no weird manipulation tactics, just honest advice that respects both you and her. Ready? Let's dive in. Join our Discord community for more real dating advice and support. Understanding what actually attracts girls in high school. Before we get into tactics, let's talk about what actually makes girls interested. And it's not what most YouTube dating coaches tell you. Girls in high school aren't looking for some alpha male stereotype or a guy who acts like he's too cool to care. What they're actually attracted to is authenticity, emotional intelligence, and genuine confidence, not fake cockiness. Think about the guys you know who do well with girls. They're usually the ones who are comfortable being themselves, can hold actual conversations, and treat people with respect. Real attraction factors that matter. Girls notice guys who have their own interests and passions, whether that's music, sports, art, or even video games. They're drawn to people who make them laugh and feel comfortable. Most importantly, they want someone who sees them as a whole person, not just a potential girlfriend. The mistake most guys make is thinking they need to become someone else entirely. Wrong move. The goal is to become the best version of yourself. What doesn't work? Acting like you don't care, being mean to get attention, or copying what you see in movies. That treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen bullshit might get short-term attention, but it doesn't build real attraction or lasting connections. Also, trying to buy her affection with expensive gifts or constantly texting her until she responds will backfire every time. Building genuine confidence, not fake alpha. Male nonsense. Confidence isn't about walking around like you own the school or talking louder than everyone else. Real confidence comes from being comfortable with who you are and not desperately seeking validation from others. Here's how to build it. Start with your inner game. Work on things that genuinely make you feel good about yourself. Maybe that's getting better at guitar, improving your grades, or hitting the gym. The key is choosing activities that align with your actual interests, not just things you think will impress girls. When you're genuinely passionate about something, it shows, and that passion is attractive. Practice social skills gradually. If you're shy or awkward, you don't need to transform overnight. Start small. Make casual conversation with classmates, join clubs related to your interests, or volunteer for group projects. Each positive social interaction builds your confidence muscle. The goal isn't to become the most popular guy in school. It's to become comfortable talking to people, including girls. Handle rejection like a grown-up. Here's the truth. You're going to face rejection sometimes. It's not personal, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. Girls reject guys for all kinds of reasons that have nothing to do with you. They might be dealing with family stress, focusing on grades, or simply not be ready for dating. The confident response is to take it gracefully and move on without getting bitter or weird about it. How to start conversations that actually lead somewhere. The biggest mistake guys make is overthinking the first conversation. You don't need the perfect pickup line or some clever opening. You need to be genuinely interested in talking to her as a person. Here's the real approach. Use your environment. The best conversation starters come from your shared context. Comment on something happening in class, ask about homework, or mention something you noticed about her interests. I saw you reading that book. I've been thinking about checking it out. What do you think of it so far? Is infinitely better than some random compliment about her appearance. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of questions that can be answered with yes or no, ask things that invite her to share more. What's your favorite class this semester? Can lead to talking about career interests, teachers you both know, or subjects you're both struggling with. Listen to her answers and ask follow-up questions based on what she's actually saying. Share something about yourself. Conversations are exchanges, not interviews. When she tells you something about herself, relate it to your own experience. If she mentions loving photography, you might say, "That's cool. I've been trying to get better at taking photos for my Instagram. Do you have any tips for someone who mostly just uses their phone?" This shows you're listening and creates common ground. Know when to end on a high note. Don't drag conversations out until they get awkward. If you've had a good 5 to 10 minute chat, end it while you're both still enjoying it. "I've got to get to my next class, but this was really fun talking with you. Maybe we can continue this conversation later," leaves her wanting more instead of feeling trapped. Asakshai, building a real connection beyond small talk. Once you can have basic conversations, the next step is creating deeper connections. This isn't about sharing your deepest secrets on the second conversation. It's about gradually opening up and encouraging her to do the same. Find shared interests and values. Pay attention to what matters to her. Does she care about social justice, animals, music, sports? Show genuine interest in these areas. If she's passionate about environmental issues, you don't need to become an activist overnight. But you can ask thoughtful questions and maybe suggest watching a documentary together or attending a school event related to that cause. Be supportive during tough times. High school can be stressful with all the academic pressure, social drama, and family expectations. If she mentions being stressed about a test, college applications, or friend drama, be genuinely supportive without trying to fix everything. Sometimes just saying, "That sounds really stressful, how are you handling it?" and listening to her response means more than offering solutions. Share your authentic self gradually. As you get more comfortable, share things about yourself that go beyond surface level. Talk about your goals, your family, things you're passionate about, or even things you struggle with. This doesn't mean dumping all your problems on her, but showing that you're a real person with depth and vulnerability. Create positive, shared experiences. Suggest activities you can do together that align with both your interests. This could be studying together, going to school events, grabbing lunch, or even just walking between classes. The key is choosing activities where you can actually talk and get to know each other better. Asking her out. Timing, approach, and backup plans. Eventually, if you're interested in dating her, you need to make your intentions clear. This is where many guys either wait too long and get friend-zoned or rush in before building any connection. Try the signs. Before asking anyone out, make sure there's mutual interest. Is she engaging in conversations with you? Does she seem happy to see you? Does she laugh at your jokes, even the not-so-funny ones? If she's always looking at her phone when you talk or giving one-word answers, it might not be the right time. Be direct but low pressure. Instead of some elaborate plan or trying to trick her into a date, be straightforward. "I really enjoy talking with you, and I was wondering if you'd like to go specific activity with me this weekend." The key elements. Make it clear it's a date, suggest a specific activity and time, and give her an easy way to say yes or no. Choose the right first date activity. Skip the movies for a first date. You can't talk during a movie. Instead, suggest something where you can interact. Grabbing coffee, going to a school sports game, checking out a local festival, or even studying together at a coffee shop. Keep it public, relatively short, and focused on getting to know each other better. Handle her response maturely. If she says yes, great. Now you need to follow through and actually plan something good. If she says no or seems uncertain, respect her answer immediately. "No worries, I totally understand," and then continue being friendly without being weird about it. Don't take it personally or try to convince her to change her mind. Sauer's dating tips that actually work in high school. If you successfully start dating, don't mess it up by falling into common teenage relationship traps. High school relationships can be great learning experiences if you handle them maturely. Communication is everything. Talk about expectations, boundaries, and how you both want to handle the relationship. Some people are okay with casual dating, others want something more serious. Neither approach is wrong, but you both need to be on the same page. Balance your relationship with everything else. Don't abandon your friends, hobbies, or grades for a relationship. Not only is this unhealthy, but it's also unattractive. Girls want to date someone with their own life, not someone who makes them their entire world. Handle social media wisely. Don't feel pressured to immediately change your relationship status or post couple photos constantly. Take things at a pace that feels natural for both of you. Also, don't use social media to make each other jealous or air relationship drama. That's immature and will backfire. Be prepared for relationship challenges. High school relationships face unique pressures: parents, social dynamics, college plans, and everyone having opinions about your relationship. Focus on supporting each other through these challenges, rather than letting outside pressure break you apart. Capteurs, what to do when things don't go as planned. Reality check. Not every crush will turn into a relationship, and not every relationship will last through high school. That's completely normal and doesn't reflect poorly on you. Dealing with rejection gracefully. If someone isn't interested in you romantically, don't take it as a personal failure. People have preferences, timing issues, and their own stuff going on. Thank them for being honest, and don't make things awkward by continuing to pursue someone who's made their feelings clear. Handling breakups maturely. If a relationship doesn't work out, resist the urge to badmouth your ex to mutual friends or try to make them jealous. Take time to process your feelings, learn from the experience, and focus on moving forward. High school social circles are small, so maintaining respect for each other makes things easier for everyone. Learning from each experience. Every interaction, whether successful or not, teaches you something about communication, compatibility, and what you're looking for in a partner. Keep a mental note of what worked, what didn't, and how you can improve next time. Staying friends when possible. Sometimes you'll develop feelings for a friend who doesn't feel the same way, or a romantic relationship will end, but you'd still like to maintain a friendship. This is possible, but it requires emotional maturity from both people, and usually some time and space first. Building long-term dating success beyond high school. The relationship skills you develop now will serve you well beyond high school, so it's worth doing this right. Develop emotional intelligence. Learn to recognize and communicate your own emotions and get better at reading and responding to other people's emotions. This skill will make you a better partner in any relationship. Practice healthy relationship habits. Treat dating as practice for future serious relationships. Learn how to communicate needs, resolve conflicts, show appreciation, and maintain your independence while being part of a couple. Stay focused on personal growth. The most attractive thing about anyone is that they're actively working on becoming their best self. Keep developing your interests, improving your skills, and working toward your goals, whether you're single or in a relationship. Remember, the goal isn't just to get a girlfriend, it's to become the kind of person who can build healthy, happy relationships throughout your life. Start practicing these skills now, and you'll be way ahead of most people your age. Join our Discord community for more real advice, success stories, and support from other guys navigating high school dating. Link in bio and comments below. What questions do you have about dating in high school? Drop them in the comments and I'll answer the most common ones in our next guide.